We live in a world that is forever getting more and more polluted all the time. 29 billion tonnes of CO2 is chucked up into our atmosphere every year, and majority of this is caused by light transport vehicles. In other words, the cars that we drive to work and college every day. Our cars are the main contribution, therefore we should do something about it. And in our generation, this is now much more possible, with such cars as the Nissan Leaf and the Citroen C0. Now obviously, as expected, these cars are not the best looking, as they're electric cars, and they are quite expensive. However, there are benefits. 1, they are tax exempt. 2, you save money on charging cars than you would buying petrol. And 3, you don't have to pay things like congestion charges. And obviously 4, you're doing your bit to the environment, which should give you that bubbly feeling inside. Electric cars are definitely the future. They're also quite simple. Instead of there being a fuel-powered engine, there is an electric motor, which is controlled by the control unit in it. This is powered by various amounts of rechargeable batteries. So really not much different to the little remote control cars that we like playing with as we were kids, zooming about. The batteries on electric cars both have their advantages and disadvantages. They have never really had a good amount of range, but this is slowly becoming an irrelevant point. As technology increases, such as the case of the BMW i3, which has a maximum range of 120 miles, which isn't really that bad. Most people fill up a fuel car after the same amount of miles anyway. The BMW i3 is an electric car that is capable of going 110 miles per hour and gets from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.2 seconds, which is quite impressive. It's really not that far away from the BMW X5, which accelerates from 0 to 62 in 6.5 seconds and has a top speed of 146 miles per hour. The X5, in my opinion, is a very good looking car, as you can see here, and I think this is the problem with many electric cars. They just aren't appealing enough for the car lovers to want to buy them. The shapes are always bubbly and remind you that it's an electric car, which you don't really want. However, with the new hybrid BMW and the electric Mercedes that have come out, along with many others that show that the looks don't always have to be dull and boring, bubbly. Obviously, you do have to pay quite a substantial amount of wonga to own one of those. The Mercedes SLS AMG, for example, would set you back a staggering 191 grand. I actually found out from my research that from all the people I asked, majority of them thought that eco and electric cars were generally ugly. So maybe the companies need to produce more affordable and better looking electric cars, and people might be inclined to buy them. One of the biggies that you would expect to be good about the electric cars is the insurance, as you are doing your bit to help the environment, obviously. However, this, I would say, is quite misleading, as when trying to insure a 20-year-old male with 3 years no claims bonus, the premium was still quite an extensive amount for how much the cars are. The £20,990 Nissan Leaf had a premium of £877, which really isn't that cheap. This leads me on to the prices of the cars. As I've said, the Nissan Leaf costs £20,990, which is definitely a setback to the average person's pocket. Another example is the Mitsubishi i-MiEV, which costs a pretty astonishing £28,500. This seems to be an ongoing problem with this not so new technology, as it seems. The idea of the electric car was supposedly made in 1884 by Thomas Parker. However, it's not completely sure that this is truly an electric car that he built. However, between the years 1899 and 1900, it was the high point of electric cars in America. One example was the 1902 Phaeton, built by Woods Motor Vehicle Company of Chicago. This shows that the electric cars aren't a new thing. So why they aren't more popular, I don't know. But also, I don't know why they aren't cheaper. Also, I think this would definitely be a step towards the generation of electric cars in our society.